Good day everyone. I want to make a quick video related to backup camera issues I've been experiencing with my Honda Civic. Now whenever I go in reverse, the image of the rear being displayed by the camera, it flickers sometimes, or it's showing static, or even fades fully to black. Now I did some quick troubleshooting and I was able to determine that it was not the actual display that was having an issue. How did I do this? Firstly, I activated the lane watch camera and the image from the lane watch display was always fine. Secondly, I noticed that even when I was in reverse, the dynamic lines from the reverse camera was always clearly visible, even when the image was flickering or even when it was fully blacked out. That was a big relief for me because I was here worrying that it was the in-dash unit itself that may need replacing. And based on what I was thinking, that would have been a huge cost compared to camera issues. So having now determined that it's not the in-dash unit itself that's the issue and potentially it's the camera that's having issue, I called the dealership to determine what would be the next course of action. Now of course, the dealership, they advised that I should book an appointment and take the vehicle in, and then they would do some sort of diagnostic to determine what was happening. Now this diagnostic cost would be roughly $80. Now depending on the results of the diagnostics, if it's a simple software upgrade, that could be done free of charge. If it's the camera alone that requires replacing, then that's an additional $400 roughly. First, I wanted to locate the backup camera, which for most vehicles that I can think of can be found on the rear of the vehicle, somewhere close to the license or registration plates. Having opened the trunk, I found some clips that holds the trunk lining in place that has to be first removed in order to gain full access to the camera. So, with a flathead screwdriver, I carefully remove the clips by inserting the screwdriver into the clips to unlock the clip before carefully removing the clips so as not to break them. Now, I did not remove all the clips, just the ones that were necessary in order for me to access the camera. Now, once the trunk liner clips were removed, I noticed that there was one Phillips screw that was still holding it in place. So I used a Phillips screwdriver to remove that screw, and now I was able to partially remove the trunk liner in order to access the camera. Very, very, very important to note, please keep the clips and screws in a safe place so as not to lose them, as you will obviously need these again when it's time for reassembly. Now with the trunk liner partially removed, we can see that the camera is held in place by 3 clips. One for the camera itself, the second attaches the camera harness to the body of the vehicle, and the third connects the camera to the main cable harness. These must first be undone to remove the camera from the vehicle. Once undone, I noticed inside the connectors and the connector pins, they had salt and dirt residue from winter driving. Slight disclaimer here, this video was done after I resolved the issue, so you're not able to see the actual salt and dirt residue that I found. I believe the source of my issue was poor electrical connection to the camera, which was caused by the salt and dirt residue in the connectors. So I used WD-40 to clean the connectors and pins. Once I was satisfied that the connectors were sufficiently cleaned, I reconnected the camera harness to the main harness and reinstalled the clips for the camera harness and the camera. Then I reinstalled the clips and screw for the trunk liner. This was done like a year and a half ago, and today the backup camera still works perfectly. Thus, I was able to save potentially $480, $80 for the diagnostic, and $400 for possibly removing the so-called faulty backup camera. Please note, I'm not saying that the method described here will solve all backup camera issues. However, if you're experiencing an issue similar to the one that I have described, please try this method first. You could potentially be saving yourselves hundreds of dollars at the dealership. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a good day.